Look, be honest. Isn't this exactly you? You're out there hunting for 10-cent coupons at the mart, but on the way home you drop $30 on delivery food just because you worked hard today. Then you lie in bed scrolling through YouTube thinking, man, I work so hard, why is my bank account always empty? Honestly, the reason you're poor isn't because you're lazy, it's actually because you're too diligent. The rules of the capitalism game have changed, but you're still playing by 1980s rules. Today, I'm going to expose the brutal reality of how this game is rigged. If you don't watch this until the end, you'll never get off that hamster wheel. My name is Moon. I obsess over the psychology of money and the flow of capital. If you are struggling because you work as hard as everyone else, but your bank balance makes you sigh every month, hit that subscribe button. And if this video helps, make sure to hit like as well. I'm here to give your bank account some CPR. First, bone-shattering truth. That advice your parents gave you about saving is the best way, in this era, that's the most elegant way to go broke. People commonly believe that cash is the safest asset, right? Is it really? Look, what we're experiencing right now isn't just prices going up, it's the collapse of currency value. Keeping your money in the bank is like holding an ice cream cone and comforting yourself by saying, at least I own this ice cream. The ice cream is melting, and soon you'll be left with nothing but sticky sugar water. That is the future of your savings account. Wake up and look at the numbers. If you look at reliable economic indicators, do you know how much the money supply has exploded recently? While currency value plummets, what about your salary? A 3 to 4% raise? Let's do the math. If you earn $50,000 a year and inflation is at 5%, you are effectively throwing $2,500 into the trash every single year just by sitting still. Real purchasing power equals income over 1 plus R to the N. In this formula, as R grows, your purchasing power drops exponentially. In 10 years, the value of the salary you receive today will be cut in half, and yet you still trust the bank because of principal protection? That's not being safe, that's walking straight into a guaranteed loss. Why do people keep spending despite these obvious numbers? It's because your brain is addicted to relative deprivation. Everyone looks happy on Instagram, right? Luxury cafes, designer unboxings. Right now you're thinking, my friend bought a new car with crypto gains, shouldn't I at least spend enough to look normal? That's exactly the frame capitalism trapped you in. You aren't buying assets, you're buying liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket, a liability takes it out. That foreign car you bought on installment plan, the moment you open the door, it becomes a ghost that eats your money through depreciation. You're living with a ghost in your garage. What people don't actually know is that the wealthy don't work for money, they work to own systems. Here's where it gets really interesting. Look, you're currently trading your time for money, right? But is time infinite or finite? It's finite. Even if you work 24 hours a day, there's a ceiling to what you can earn. But the wealthy, though, they buy AI, they buy stocks, they buy real estate, they buy other people's time and the time of technology. Let me give you an analogy. You are currently a water carrier lugging buckets up a mountain. As the buckets get heavier, your knees will give out. But the wealthy, they aren't carrying water. They're at the bottom building a pipeline. While they build it, they look poor because they don't have a drop of water. But once it's finished, while you're still lugging buckets, they're at home turning on the faucet. Are you lugging buckets or are you building a pipe? Since I've been tough on you, here are 3 things you need to do starting today. 1. Delete flex spending forever. Look at your credit card statement. Highlight everything you spent just to show off. Even if you save just that, you could buy 1 share of an American blue chip stock or 0.01 BTC. That's the first part of your pipeline. 2. Change the form of your cash. A savings account? Keep only enough for emergencies. Move the rest into means of production, whether it's stocks, bonds, or investing in your own brand or education. Get on a boat that can ride the wave of inflation. Don't drown under it. 3. Build your economic literacy. When the news says interest rates are rising, don't just think, oh no, my loan interest. Think, which asset prices will drop now? What should I scoop up? Rebuild your brain to think like a hunter, not prey. Honestly, even after I tell you all this, 90% of you will close this video, open a delivery app, and go to work tomorrow exactly the same way, and in 5 years, you'll be making the same complaints. But the other 10%, they're different. They'll be so bothered by what I said that they won't be able to sleep. They'll start organizing their finances and studying right now. I truly hope that 10% is you. I want you to be the master of capitalism, not its slave. Change is painful, but the pain of staying the same will slowly kill you. Choose now. Will you start building your pipeline today, or will you carry buckets for the rest of your life? If this helped, smash that subscribe and like button. Leave your commitment in the comments. I'll be reading and replying to cheer you on. I'll see you in the next video with more brutal truths. Peace.